Hey, my name's Annie and this is my first bullet journaling video. So this month I decided to do something a little quirky and cute. I got the idea from a few illustrations on Pinterest, so I tried to keep an illustrative style that you'll see something really cute and lighthearted. I hope you enjoy it, despite the fact that there's actually a lot of unfocusing and focusing from my camera. I'm so sorry about that. I hope you can enjoy it anyway and get something out of it. So what you're going to see is my typical bullet journal setup for the month, all the spreads that I normally do. And for me, I've noticed that even though I'm not working, it's been really helpful for me to keep using that because I tend to lean towards not doing things throughout the day that could get done because I'm not working and I have extra free time. So it's easier for me to slack off on those things, those little things around the house that are important to me still. So that's what I'm doing, and I just hope you guys enjoy this and can get something good out of it. So we're gonna get started. Okay, so we're starting with the first spread. That's gonna be the cover page, and on the side I decided to use the space to have a quote that I found on Pinterest that I thought really fit my theme for this month. You'll see in just a second. And first I'm just blocking with color all the leaves and the vases of the plants. And I'm doing this because I noticed that when I went in with black ink first for the outline, it bled into the colors. So, and I'm pretty sure that's a rule of thumb for art, which I never really followed, but I think you're supposed to start with the light colors first. So we're doing that. Just going in, I usually do the foreground first as well, just because it's easier to not lose it. Let's say like if you colored in the entire vase of the plant on the top right corner, then I would have lost the leaves and you would have been able to see the color of the vase underneath, if you know what I mean. So I'm also going in for the font. I went in with a fine tip pen first because the brush pen that I do have is actually, I don't really feel like I have that much control with it for some reason. So I go in with the fine tip first, and then I just go in on the downstrokes with the brush pen because that just gives me more control to make the thin lines thin instead of the whole letter looking really bulky. So I went in with the colors, then I went in with a thin outline. It doesn't have to be perfect, it can be scraggly and it'll look artistic, I promise. So I also decided to do a Dutch door this month. I got that idea from Shada Campbell. So what I've noticed is that she puts her intentions on the inside, and I thought that was a really good idea for me because I really wanted to be more intentional this month. For this, I actually designed 3 different cats to use throughout the entire setup. So here are the 3 cats that you'll be seeing sprinkled throughout April. And I just thought this idea was super cute. I got the idea from some illustrations I saw on Pinterest, and I just googled it and I saw that there were just a ton of pictures of cats sleeping in pots, and I guess that was a thing. My cats didn't do that, but I thought it was so cute, and I wanted this theme to be something really lighthearted and colorful and happy, and I thought that was just a perfect way to, it was just so pure, just cats sleeping in pots. I really was happy with just coming across that idea. Alright, so this next page, this one is going to be my tasks list. So the way that I actually do my tasks is a little different than most people. I actually follow Stephen Covey's time management matrix. I can do another video on this to explain it a little bit more. But basically what it is that you sort every task into 4 quadrants. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is top priority and 4 is least. So it basically goes by 1, urgent, important, and 4, not urgent, not important. So it just helps me to, I just write out all of my tasks that I have, just kind of like brain dump it all in there, and then from there I can mark a task into each column very quickly, and it just helps me to like very quickly see what's important, what's not important, and helps me not to worry so much about things that aren't important. So I just have another half of a spread here for a continuation of that in case I run out of space. And then on the other side is going to be another quote. And the color scheme that I decided to go with was, I just wanted it to be something with my favorite colors, which is really pink and green, but also just something really cute and happy looking. I think yellow and like cold colors like blue and green look so good together, especially with pink, so I just decided to throw them all together. This quote I felt like was so appropriate for me to be next to my task page because it's really hard to focus on the big picture sometimes when you have little things that you need to do. So it's just important to remember that things don't always pay off immediately. I thought that was really helpful for me. And I wanted to translate that like change from seed to fruit, having the flower, the fruit of the work, and the leaves signifying like its birth or being a seed. That was really fun. The quotes were really fun for this month for me. I felt like they matched it so perfectly. So if you've noticed, I go in with a light brush pen first for these ones, actually kind of backwards of what I was doing before, and then I'll go in with a darker marker, and I'll fill it in, just that way, again, just not having control in the thicker marker that I want the color to actually be. So I went in with a lighter color, one of my Tombow brush pens, which those are literally my favorite. They're like the only brush pens that I can make anything look good with. But I start with that, and then I basically use that to just trace it and fill it in with a marker. For my moods, I did something a little bit different. Normally I use smiley faces and sad faces and things like that. Most people do that because it's easy visually to figure out what they are. But I realized for me was that I had negative connotations just when I look at those. When I'm filling it out, that I just feel like, oh, I was sad, so that means today was bad, or those are bad days, and I don't really want to look at it that way. I want to see it as like, this is how I was feeling and there's nothing wrong with that. So I decided to kind of change the symbols that I use for that and just do more of what they mean to me. And that's just how it is for me. That doesn't have to be that way for you. But when I see that, that's just what I think. I think bad versus good day. So for productive, I put fire because it's always changing, and then for angry, I put the action symbol because I wanted to signify that there's a need for change, not that I was just mad and that means that I had a mad day. So I also decided to do a plant for each week and a leaf for each day. So there's actually 30 leaves. So here's my last spread. This one is going to be my first weekly spread of April. I just went in to have different potted plants. I'm going to go in and color the inside with a little bit of black, and then I'm going to go over it with a metallic pen with the days. Just throw in a few more cats, and we'll call it a day. And I know some of you are probably thinking that you don't need this, and that's what I thought as well, but I realized that probably for everyone, there's always something to get done. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, just that there's things to get done at the house that we put off, like cleaning or just self-care even, meal prepping, like things like that. And I have a hard time keeping all track of it, and it may not seem like that hard, but for me it is. So maybe you could still use this as just a way to say, hey, I want to journal tomorrow, or I want to get up early and make a good breakfast. And I feel like writing it down in here and actually setting that task or that goal for yourself the next day is really helpful, even if you're not working right now. Okay, thank you so much for watching. That was a lot of fun to make for myself, and I really enjoyed just being able to doodle cats and draw plants, which was basically what it was. So it was really simple and fun and a relaxing way for me to set up my April month in my journal. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about something I may have talked about in the video, I'm thinking about making some other ones, so let me know in the comments below if there's anything you want to hear more about, and hopefully I'll be seeing you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!